Guys, this has taken so much time to get all of this together. Not just is it from GM not selling you the 2 front crash bars that should be sold, honestly, personal opinion, XPO being a horrible shipper, as well as just waiting for things to come in all at once. So this is about $13,000, I think, so maybe $12,000 in parts, not including labor, to get this car back together. Stock. We're doing it because this car now has a salvage title, not set for destruction. We can repair this car from scratch because it is an $86,000 car, at least it was, and I think it deserves that sort of treatment. So we'll start with this. We did unbox this to make sure it wasn't damaged. It is a little damaged, a couple pieces of damage here and there, but that's okay. That part, I have it, I'm happy. So we have the front bumper, but I promised myself I would not touch this front bumper unless we had everything that goes behind it, because as soon as front bumpers go on my cars, they're done. This is truly the first time of unboxing it. I'm using my lucky multi-tool. We can start with the simplest one. That's the other radiator. This is like Christmas for me. Even though I paid for it all, I still am very, very excited. I've been holding this off while we were doing the 4-rotor dyno. Everything's just been in the background of all these shots. I wanted to do it right. I wanted that epic thumbnail. I wanted people to see that I'm taking this very seriously, and that is a brand new Spall brushless fan. Just what I wanted. It's my size. No socks or ugly sweaters. These are, actually I would love to have this on the rotaries, which technically this will be a rotary, right? All the mounting tabs on the other ones are broken. And you can see Hector went legit, and they have like holographs on them for like authentic GM parts. What is in box number 1? Oh, that couldn't have been more appropriate. This is the piece that goes right in the center of this. This is all destroyed. None of this exists on this car anymore. For those of you guys newer to cars, I did not buy a destroyer gray body part. This is actually a primered piece. I would run it that way, but this stuff is all absolutely destroyed on this car, and that would go in the center front right there. There is a front-facing camera. There are actually 2, one for the track mode, and then another one for, well, parking and whatnot. So there's actually 2 setups on this thing. It's pretty awesome. Speaking of track cameras, I think I accidentally bought 2. I was getting excited. We broke at least one. There is the little CCD closed circuit camera, a little baby camera. You see it on the track mode of the car. There's my holographs right there. GM. Legit. General Motors, you guys better love me after this. This is all paid for fully. I'm supporting you. Man, I am really scoring on the front bumper parts. These are very fragile. You see that like speckled metallic plastic color? That goes on the front bumper. Oh, it goes right there. I'm unboxing this on accident in the right order. Some of these things you do actually order parts A, B, C, and D, and so some of these might be that. Those might have come with the front bumper, but knowing General Motors, they didn't. You charge for each of them individually. Oh, okay. That is deceiving. It's a very flat condenser. There's air conditioning. This will be my first car with air conditioning. Nothing good can come from this being out of the box. This one took a little bit of damage. Oh, I forgot I bought these. I was extremely intoxicated when I was spending money because it hurts to do that. Those are legitimately, I couldn't find them for any less. That's $1,000 minimum. Damn. Yeah, plus core charges, plus all that sort of stuff. These are not cheap headlights. I believe they are movable, like they turn. Super epic, tons of the light up parts. That's what headlights do anyway. There was no way to salvage the used ones, so. We should have 2 of those. A lot of this stuff is, no surprise, symmetrical. We'll just save you guys the time. Huh. Let's see what this is. F-Grill, Dahm Racing. Oh, more front bumper stuff. Also, absolutely smashed to pieces. It goes in this area somewhere. I'll be honest, the front of the car looks like a LaFerrari. Even the guys at DDE make a joke about that, but it's true. I mean, compare them side to side, they don't look the same. Thank you. But they are very similar at glance. I can't get away from front bumper stuff. This one has to go on the side of the car, like that. There are just a ton of parts just to assemble the front bumper. It's honestly my nightmare because I love simplicity, and all this is plastic, and I love metal. None of this is billet. Super curious about this. Packaged with stuff in here. Oh yes. I'm sure General Motors is gonna be selling a lot of these. It's really a custom like gun case for this thing. And yet another primered piece. As you can imagine, like that. There you go. An actual fender for the car. It's beautiful. Maybe I'll even run it like this. So now we're gonna move on to the other side. None of what I'm unboxing now is gonna be symmetrical. It's just the other side of the boxes that I've been waiting to get to. This is the dash, the passenger side of the dashboard. As you saw probably in a previous video, but the rest of the interior is all done. Very happy with that. Oh yeah, he's put a lot of things in one box too. So the headlights only work if you can set them on the car, and that's what, nice, very nice. That was a brand new piece. I hate XPO even more. This one's also fucked up. Good job, guys. That bent there, look at that. Look at that wave. What an absolute joke. I even bought these parts, which is, you know, kind of softer rubber pieces that go around the radiator. That way it keeps the air that goes into the front grille to go to those things. I'm gonna have ducts like this on my other cars. Probably not this fancy looking. I even went so far as to getting the air conditioning lines, the one that got crushed across car. This is one of the pieces I was waiting on. This is actually the entire front kind of reinforcement crash bar. I could have remade this. It's all aluminum, it's relatively inexpensive. There you go. We'll be able to transplant parts of this. These are actually the airbag sensors, impact sensors, I guess you call them. This is the piece that holds or bolts to the two front crash bars. So I wanted to make sure when the guy goes to do those parts, which I would have, but I'm promising not to, that at least it all lines up and you have an answer for, oh, it's not just in there, it's got a bolt to this thing. The bolt holes on this aren't that accurate. They're not very specific. It's meant to move around a little bit, so it doesn't give you like the spot to go to. It's just generally there. Look at these hilarious welds though. And they're gonna work though. This is one of the pieces I was absolutely needing before we went any further. And our last little box, another Spall fan. Well, I'm a huge fan of DIY. I want to get this done right, and partially so that way I can get it certified by the state of Michigan that yes, this is a drivable vehicle. Therefore, I'm gonna send it off to the carnies. Partially, I just don't have time. I'm working on the 4-rotor, the other 4-rotor, 6-rotor, all that stuff. This car needs somebody else's attention, so I'm gonna go ahead and take it to them, have them take those two front bars, fix that, and then it's pile everything else on, repaint it, and then we have a whole Corvette to start tearing back into. So there we go. That's the beginning of the adventure. Oh my God, not a bad way to spend 15 grand.